Thank you, Slate. So basically, table topics is impromptu questions, and it's going to be 1 to 2 minute speeches, baby speeches, where I'm just going to ask a question and then wait a couple of seconds if anybody wants to volunteer. If nobody volunteers, I'll just pick randomly. Don't make me do that. We got a cool thing that Noah did for us today. Our theme is Only If, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So, only, how do I do this? There we go. So only if. So we're just going to jump right into our first question, which is, if you were an animal, what would you be? And he put a bunch of fun pictures. I'm so excited for you guys to see the rest of it. There's so many animals to choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Tori. So what animal would I want to be? So that's like a very hard decision. Like I've thought about this several times actually, just in case I get the powers to turn into an animal. But hypothetically, I think being a dog would be kind of cool. Now, the reason being a dog would be cool is because you'd be happy all the time, right? I mean, every single dog, they have like maybe like max 3 feelings. They're like either happy, sad, or mad, right? Beyond that, it's like most of the time you're just gonna be happy all the time. Like you have no worries. Your food's just gonna be provided to you. You can just like smile all the time, just like vibe around. Like you have nothing constraining you. And I don't really think dogs are gonna be worrying much about like the next 20 years, 10 years. They have a short lifespan, so I can just like have fun. I don't know, just like meet new dogs and just like I guess play around really, not have to worry about a thing in life. So I think that's really the opposite of what we do as humans. Always worry about little things. I have this next week. I have to do this. What if I don't do this? We always worry about that. But like if you were a dog, you don't have to worry about anything. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sourin. Yeah, dude, dogs live the life. I think I said this last meeting, but I was talking about how they literally live rent free, and we also like clean up after them. So they have a pretty good life. So second question is, if you were an athlete, who would you be? Any sport, take it any way that you want it.
I can go.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I was any athlete in the world, I would be Michael Phelps. And if you have a very vague idea of who Michael Phelps is, in that picture, he is the swimmer who is making a butterfly stroke like this. And I am biased towards Michael Phelps because I was a swimmer. I swam in high school and I was fairly good at it. And swimming is a very practical sport. I still know how to swim vaguely well to this day. I have the capability to. And if I was to accidentally be thrown overboard in any nautical situation, or if I saw a friend who was drowning, then I would be able to just casually go into the water and then save them from drowning. And swimming is also very much a full body cardio workout. And so you see how Michael Phelps is a very ripped, very muscular man. So because of the cardio workout and because of the practicality of swimming and because of Michael Phelps' fame, I would like to be Michael Phelps.
Thank you. Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. He is very good at what he does, and he definitely. I remember there was this one kid that beat him out. I can't remember his name, but Michael Phelps was like his idol, and I thought it was really cool. So he's a great choice. All right. So next question is, if you were president, who would you be? Or I guess which president?
I got this one.
Yeah.
If I was a president, I would be Teddy Roosevelt. Some of you may be thinking, Teddy Roosevelt was an imperialist. He took over islands. What a jerk. Who does that? You know what I think of when I think of Teddy? Good old Theodore. The man who gave a speech and in the middle of it was shot and didn't even stop. He just kept going like nothing had happened. That's the kind of man I want to be. I want to be able to be shot and just keep going. Also, this man, he boxed his political opponents. He'd be like, hey, you got a problem with me? Come over to the White House and we'll box. How awesome do you have to be to do that? Why can't we have that now? I mean, I would love to see Trump and Biden box. That'd be amazing. And like they might knock each other out and save us all, some problems for the next 4 years. But it would be great. So that's why I want to be Teddy Roosevelt. And to be fair to him, in conclusion, though he was imperialistic, he did it in the best way possible. Rather than sending our armies over to crush the inhabitants of islands, he just let them crush each other and then just swooped in. So if you are going to imperialize people, that's a pretty nice way to do it, if there is such a thing. Look up Teddy. He's an awesome man. Thank you so much, Tori.
Thank you, Justin. I love how you know exactly who you wanted like right away. You're like, that Teddy, my man. I love it. Yeah, that's definitely great quality. Perseverance characteristic. He's got that one down for sure. All right, next question. If you were a breakfast food, what would you be? Man, I love me some breakfast.
Tori, I will take that one.
Yeah, you got it. Go for it.
If I were a breakfast food, I would be a Belgian waffle. Belgian waffles are soft and tasty. They're smooth. They have wonderful fruits on top with whipped cream, and even add a little bit of maple syrup just gives it all the more flavor. I think that it goes well with whatever combination you have for breakfast, whether it is sausage with grits or whether it's just a plain Belgian waffle, just overloaded with your favorite fruits. I think that would be the best tasting breakfast, and I think as that best tasting breakfast, I would satisfy whoever is there to eat it. Now, do I like Belgian waffles? Sure I do. They outbeat every other kind of waffle there is. And I know on TV they say, there go my ego. I don't care about that. Give me a great homemade Belgian waffle, just a small amount of maple syrup and load it up with favorite fruits like blueberries and strawberries and so forth. That's a wonderful breakfast. So I would be that Belgian waffle. Thank you, Madam Topics Master.
Thank you so much. Wow, you're making me hungry as you were describing that. I was like, oh, I could use some waffles right now, man. All right, next question. So if you could choose to redo something in life, what would it be? Ooh, this one's deep. Maybe not take a class.
I
redo a
can
test.
take this one, Tori.
Yeah, you got it.
I would have to redo how I think about life. More specifically, how I spend my time. Time is invaluable. We all know we aren't immortal. We have a limited amount of time here on this earth, and we choose how we use it. So I'm trying to get better at this every day myself. I strive for everyone to use their time how you want to use it. Try your best to not procrastinate on your phone or whatever item your vice could be that isn't what you really want to be doing. Is studying more, spending more time with friends, or something totally different. Getting to know yourself better. Then do that. And it can be hard to start. You got to start with a plan sometimes. I know I need that, because if I don't have a plan, it won't get done, or it will be very shoddy work. So if I could redo something, I'd have to go back and think, how do I want to use my time? And then I would better appreciate everything I use my time for. This could be everything from relationships, projects I've done, jobs I've held, anything in between. Use your time wisely, as everyone's probably heard from everyone ever. Thank you, Tori.
Thank you, Slate. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that today. That's so funny you mentioned that. I was walking with my Starbucks and I was like, man, I should stay outside a little bit longer because I don't want to go study yet. See the outdoors and spend time doing things that you want to do. All right, next question. If you could travel to any place in the world, where would it be? So many places to choose from.
I can take this one.
Yeah, go for it.
So a little while ago, I went on a trip to Hawaii with my family, and my family's not the best group to travel with. My dad must do everything there possibly is to do. We have extensive itineraries, and sometimes we'll just end up exhausted and angry and fighting with each other. But Hawaii was so beautiful. Like, I wasn't even like really thinking about them. I was just in awe of everything around me, just the scenes, the food. It was all so amazing. It was so beautiful. It was one of those trips where you like think about your life because everything around you is just so big and you're like, my problems are so small. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I can do and be whoever I want to be. And it was amazing. And I will never forget that trip. And so I really want to go back without my family. Like, that is on one of my top list of things to do. I want to go back and go see some more natural sights and eat some more of their amazing food. I actually really like the little spam sushi that they do there, where they have like spam in the middle of seaweed and rice, and it sounds disgusting, but it's actually delicious. I recommend it if anybody wants to try it. It's weird, but yummy. But if I could go anywhere, definitely Hawaii. Thanks, you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, Hawaii is absolutely beautiful, at least from the pictures that I've seen. And I'm definitely, if I go, hopefully after, this whole pandemic is over, then I'll definitely try that. What is it called? Spam?
I forgot what it's called. It's like, but yeah, just ask for the spam sushi. They'll hook it up.
Okay, cool. I got you. All right, thank you, Courtney. All right, next question. If you could give a random person something, what would it be? Oh, can my friend get a hug? Anyone feeling it?
I'll take it.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, if I could give someone, a random person, something, I would give them a smile. A smile goes a long way. You never know what a person could be going through at a time that you see them or a time that you meet them. So it's always best to just give an encouraging word, to always greet someone with a smile. It's something that you can give to someone, but you can still keep it yourself. You can give a smile away, and you can still keep that smile on your face for the next person that you may meet. Even though they may not acknowledge your smile or they may not give you a smile back, still, you know what you did and you knew what made you happy, and to extend cordial or a warm greeting to someone is beneficial for your health. So it's not just giving that other random person a smile, it's not for that person, it's for yourself, knowing that you've done something good in the world.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I totally agree. Kindness is free, so might as well spread it. It costs $0.
Exactly.
All right. So next question. If you were president, what would you accomplish? I feel like this one's kind of relevant. Anyone want to take it? Trisha?
I can try this one.
Cool,
So
cool.
if I were president, what would I accomplish? I'm currently in a project management class, which has been really fun to just explore leadership styles, what it means to manage a team, how to get a project going from A to B to Z to C to D, and all the different steps that go in between. And certainly what I've learned is I'm the type of person that not necessarily is in the front leading the way, but more so supporting the entire team in the behind the scenes. So whether that's initiating something like, hey, do you need help with this task? Or I noticed on the schedule that, you know, we had in our brainstorming session, like we had this idea, is there any progress made? Can I hop on a team that can help accomplish that? So that's more so my personality style. I guess if I were president of a club or president of a university, certainly I'd hope to be an encouragement to everyone around, not just with the team around me, but also the people that I would be serving in that position, being entrusted to care for a community and to look out for the people within that community. So certainly there's a lot of different levels in any organization. I think the more that you understand the values of an organization and you can communicate your value and align those values with the rest of your team around you, the easier it would be to accomplish your goal, no matter what position you're in. Thank you.
Thank you, Trisha. Yeah, that was like a perfect explanation of how things should be like run. Honestly, run for president. Like, I don't, just do it. Thank you so much for that. All right, so I don't know what, I want to make sure we're still on time. Okay, yeah. So next question is, if you were a musician, who would you be?
I can give this one a go.
Yeah, you go for it.
I always, y'all didn't tell me how hard timing was. It's actually very difficult. But if I could be a musician, I would definitely be Whitney Houston. I know it's the go-to answer, but she's just my inspiration. She's everything. Her music makes me feel just all of the amazing emotions you would want music to feel. And I feel like she was super classy, and she wasn't just a musician, she was an amazing actress. My parents actually have the posters of the Bodyguard movie in my basement, and I always looked at that and thought it was just such a beautiful movie with beautiful music, and she just has such beautiful range and almost an angelic way of singing. And if I could choose my voice, I would choose her voice for sure. And if I ever were to get into music, which I doubt at this point, it's kind of late, I would definitely would want to take on a similar style to what she has. I think it's amazing, and I love her. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, she is an amazing musician or artist. She's an artist. Her vocals are crazy. All right, next question. If you were famous, would you forget about classmates? It's an interesting question.
I can try to take this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so if I were famous, honestly, not not that I've ever been famous before, but I feel like I wouldn't feel that different if I was famous. I mean, famous people have to deal with different things like the paparazzi and some negative things as well, and some positive things. But I feel like my life wouldn't change that much. I feel like the people that are closest to me would get the same level of treatment. And my classmates, I feel like, I mean, like, how close am I to these classmates? I feel like I would really care about the people who are like really closest to me, like the 10 most closest to me. I would, you know, really like I would do whatever I could to like, you know, help those people out and make them feel special. But I don't know about my classmates. Like I have a lot of classmates. So but yeah. That's yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was like 400-person lecture hall. I don't know if I don't even know if I remember all of them now. So thank you so much for answering, Kaylee. All right, next question. Who is your role model? Superstar, parents, siblings, musicians, artists. Your dog.
Actually, can I take this one too?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so my role model is my dog, which is like I mean, just listen. So I actually really like I look up to animals because there's a lot of things that looking at animals can like help us humans. Like I know like there's lots of like looking down on animals because like we're humans and we can think more or whatever. But there are also a lot of things that the way evolution has developed our brains has also kind of given us more problems, I would say. You know, I would say like the animal worlds, their worlds are a lot less complex, and we have to deal with a lot of things like, you know, not just our physical health, but our mental illnesses, like all that kind of stuff that might be predetermined, or we may have to deal with that in the future. And my role model is my dog because animals deal with stress or trauma like immediately, but humans tend to like like cover it up and try to convince our own brain that we're not feeling in pain emotionally. But if a dog or like let's say a pig or whatever, an animal, but let's say my dog. So let's say my dog is really scared because she almost gets like hit by a car or something. Like my dog is going to be like very, very much in like very scared. She's going to be shivering. She's going to have lots of physical, you know, she's going to take that stress and anxiety and physicalize it into shaking or yawning or anything like that. But she's going to deal with her problems like right then, right there. And I think humans can learn something from that. Yeah.
Thank you, Kaylee. Yeah, that's such a creative answer. That's something that's so interesting to think about. I remember reading something about that, how animals, you know, when there's a predator around, they get stressed for like a second, and as soon as it's gone, then their stress is gone, and we keep it with us as we continue through life. So that was a really great answer. Thank you. How do you choose your friends? You can think about characteristics. Someone has a cool hat.
I can take this one, Tori.
Yeah, go for it.
So how do I pick my friends? Honestly, I really don't know. Because like for me, when it comes to making friends, it just like naturally happens. I know I have this tendency to always like worry about how I'm not going to make friends, how I'm not going to meet people. I remember freshman year last year, right? When I was in my residence hall and everything like that, I was like constantly afraid. I was like, am I going to make friends? maybe like, what am I gonna do? Like the first few weeks, I was like kind of, I wouldn't say sad, but just like kind of lonely because my roommate hadn't arrived yet, and it was just like me by myself. And I was like, am I gonna make friends? Am I just gonna spend all college without friends? But then slowly, as you just like, I don't know, go through your days, you just start meeting people. Like I met some people just randomly walking through the hallways, just saying hi in bathrooms, seeing them at a party somewhere, just meeting them in classes, for example. But the key trait that I find in all of these friends, honestly, is a good sense of humor. And what I mean by that is if you can say a joke to them, they should be able to laugh. If I say a joke to you, I don't want you to just like be like, what does that mean? Or if I bring up a reference from like a TV show, I don't want someone to just be like, wait, what? Because like it just ruins the vibe. And I think ultimately that's what connects us to our friends, our humor and general vibes. Thank you.
Thank you, Sourin. Yeah, humor is definitely I'm sure it's at the top of a lot of people's lists. And it's very scary coming into college and then like not knowing if you're gonna like make friends through friends or how it's gonna work. So yeah, but that's a great characteristic to look for, or trait, personality trait. Do you regret doing anything in life? Oh my gosh, this just made me think of the no regrets thing. Does anybody else think of that?
I'll take it.
Yeah, go for it.
The thing I regret doing in my life is not studying as hard as I could during my undergrad. It makes such a difference to have a great GPA in undergrad. If you have plans to go to law school, or if you have plans to go to medical school, or anything pursuing an advanced degree, your undergraduate GPA makes a big difference. I did not apply myself in undergraduate school like I should have, and I'm paying for it now. I have aspirations to go to law school, and even though I graduated with my undergraduate degree almost 30 years ago, and it's still haunting me to this day. Law schools weigh your GPA from your undergrad more so than if you already have a graduate degree. So that's been really depressing for me because I know I did not apply myself in undergrad, and I just hate that it's following me even after all these years. I wish I had done more to maintain a great GPA. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I definitely think that's a great life lesson. Always put 110% into everything that you do in case, you know, it comes back later. But thank you for sharing. What have you done to give back to the community? Wow, what a nice question. No? Yeah, go for it.
What have I done to give back to the community? I live in Jefferson, Georgia, and I have for the last 10 years. I've done quite a few things. I've volunteered at my local Jackson County Humane Society. That involved fostering dogs that didn't have a home yet until they got adopted. That was really great. At one time, we had 6 dogs at one point, so that was always great. The hardest part, as many of you could imagine, was not getting attached. They were going to get adopted by a family, and I can't adopt them all. But that was something I've definitely done to help out the community, and I always love supporting all the humane societies. Something I always, it's a great and easy thing to volunteer at your local humane society. Another thing I've done is I'm a Eagle Scout and Boy Scouts, and I did my Eagle project in my local Jefferson church. And I made this sitting area of a swing and 2 benches, as well as 2 picnic tables. So totally gave that to the community. It was me as well as a lot of other community members, other Boy Scouts. We planned the project and executed it. We built it all on our own, and it was all funded by donations. So it was really great to give back to my community, the church, And it brings me a lot of joy when I go by every Sunday or even just during the week when I see people use it. It's like you can really see the impact of your actions. So I love seeing that. Those are the two big things I've given back to the community. Thank you, Tori.
Thank you, Slate. That's awesome. I wish I was that handy to be able to build a table. And that's awesome that you get to like see it in action too. Oh, well, okay, cool. That was the last one. That was like right on time too. All right, so I guess now, great job with table topics, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and call on the timer report just for the end. Was everybody in time, or were there some people who were under time, over time?
Everybody was in time. Nobody went over or under.
Cool, perfect. We love to hear it. I'm gonna stop screen share. And so Noah's not here today, so I think that the votes will go to
Trisha today.
Trisha. So if you go to chat and then hit Trisha underneath 2, and then send in your first place and your second place vote.
And since a couple people went twice, no need to specify which specific table topic prompt, just state their name when you send in your first and second place.
And we'll give about like 30 seconds for that.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Who are we sending this to again?
Trisha.
To me, Trisha Perez.
All right, so that concludes our second section of the meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to the Toastmaster. Take it away, Slate.
Thank you, Tori. That was a phenomenal job giving our presentation on table topics today. And I'd like to give a big shout out again. If you didn't know, that was Noah who provided the questions. He was originally signed up to be a table talk master for today. Fortunately, he had a test, so he couldn't attend the meeting. We are very thankful for that. Fabulous questions. I hope we can redo that one sometime in the future for himself. I'd also like to point out one more time, you can also continue to give everyone feedback via the private message on Zoom to our table talk master Tori today, as well as at any point in the meeting or towards the end, me as Toastmaster. And you can also do that for our GE for the next section. With that said, our next section is evaluations. Leading that today is our general evaluator, Sourin. Sourin will explain how that goes, as well as giving his evaluations. Sourin, come up and